But first, to our breaking news and continuing coverage from World News Tonight with David Muir. Charges handed down by a grand jury against former President Donald Trump in connection to his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Those charges focused on what federal prosecutors say were schemes to keep Trump in office despite losing the 2020 election. Charges include conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction of an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against rights, specifically voting rights.
So Arizona was mentioned 42 times in the 45-page indictment. And on page 11 specifically, prosecutors naming a co-conspirator who called Arizona House Speaker Rusty Bowers to urge him to decertify the state's legitimate electors. And Bowers saying there's no evidence of substantial fraud in the state. So how did we get here? This all started November 3rd, 2020, when then President Trump falsely declared victory in the election. On November 7th, Joe Biden was projected to win. On December 14th, the Electoral College delegation submitted their votes, including fake electors in 7 states who submitted documents falsely declaring Trump the winner of the election.
Then came January 6th, when Congress came to certify the Electoral College votes. Trump held a rally that day claiming the election was stolen. A mob stormed the Capitol and lawmakers were evacuated for safety. They came back overnight to certify Joe Biden as the winner. It wasn't until January 7th that Trump finally conceded. Tonight, Trump denies any wrongdoing. His campaign releasing a statement tonight saying, in part, these un-American witch hunts will fail and President Trump will be re-elected to the White House. Former Vice President Mike Pence also responding tonight, saying today's indictment serves as an important reminder. Anyone who puts himself over the Constitution should never be President of the United States. Our country is more important than one man. Our Constitution is more important than any one man's career. The violence of January 6th came moments after the first objection in Congress.
It was Arizona Congressman Paul Gosar who started the objection to our state's count.
I rise up for myself and 60 of my colleagues to object to the counting of the electoral ballots from Arizona.
Coming up in the next half hour, we continue breaking down this timeline of how the grand jury arrived at filing these charges today. Plus, our political reporter will take a closer look at Arizona's connection to today's developments. And we invite you to stick with ABC 15 for continuing coverage on this story as it plays out. We'll continue to have the very latest on abc15.com and on our streaming services.